$4.20 on the New South Wales tab. Big Odds Road to Heaven, Jersey M5, 10, $4.50 Alibaba, $4.80 on New South Wales, $4.20 for Post. I Rock My World at 12, Mississippi River 18, Big Odds Our Small Town Boy. Midnight Falcon, and Big Odds It Aggro 42. Go down to Galroof, number 13 into 720, 9.10 into 720. Best back runner tote-wise, Starthy Katsitas is aboard. Let's go back to Larry Olsen, who a short time ago...
The Hamilton Hotel Doomben Classic, and I just noticed some of these horses on the racing side of the stall as we watch Our Small Town Boy come into the gates. I notice Vega Cecilia had to put the blanket on, races in the ethereal colours, raced by the Valors. And Michael Rod in the saddle. I noticed she was toey in the enclosure, and she was toey going to the start as well. Now, some of these horses are on the racing side. There's 4 over there. There's Vega Cecilia, Galroof, Road to Heaven, and I Rock My World. That's to give the horses behind the gates a little bit more room, because there's not a lot of room between where that barrier stall is and the back fence, as you'll see there. And when you get these big fields... So when we get these big fields, as John just joins me, that's why these horses are on the racing side, some of them. They just give us a bit more room behind the starting gates from this mile start. Another good race here, Evander. He's only won the one race. He won at the Queensland Winter Racing Carnival last year, Evander, and he hasn't saluted since. Dursey M had won 3 in a row before running 3rd in the Guineas to Regent Street. Alibaba ran 2nd to Miss Bustle in the Guineas at the coast. I Rock My World, I think, is getting a touch closer. Mississippi River got knocked down in the Guineas. Agro's a horse probably for later on. And Galroof ran 2nd in the Guineas. So it's a very good field. Arabia won this race last year. Akhenaten won this and then went on to win the Doomben Cup. And I see Marble Halls and Stylish Century on the list. So it's been a good race. Now waiting for Galroof to come in. Vega Cecilia's moved into the gates. Alibaba stands up well with Evander. Mississippi River, Dursey M. Our favourite here is number 4, and that's Alibaba. He races in the green and blue halves. Dursey M, the second pick, races in yellow with an orange cap. Now waiting for I Rock My World. Road to Heaven's moved in, and I think that's the last. I Rock My World's gone in and they're set to go. Stand by for a start. Ready to run. Hamilton Hotel Doomben Classic. We're about to break. Celtic Dane has the inside. Our Small Town Boy ready with Agro. Dursey M stands well. Evander, Mississippi River and Alibaba. Off now. And fair start out too. Celtic Dane off the inside was the first to go. Mississippi River's going for speed. So is Midnight Falcon, Post and Road to Heaven. Agro and Our Small Town Boy just behind those. I Rock My World's out deep around the first corner. Alibaba's improving in between runners. Galroof getting back and then Evander. Dursey M's back to 3rd last, followed by Vega Cecilia and Manaloa last of all. In the back straight past the 1200. Midnight Falcon joined by Mississippi River on the outside. I Rock My World's going forward 3 deep outside the speed. Celtic Dane 4th on the rail and Post is 5th, 1 off the fence. 2 away Agro on the inside, A Road to Heaven. Another 2 to Alibaba racing in the middle. Our Small Town Boys out deep and Galroof inside that pair. 2 to Evander, 1 to Dursey M. He's back 3rd last and a long way back at the tail of the field. Vega, Cecilia and Manaloa heading to the 700 metres mark and I Rock My World finally got to the lead. Mississippi River 2nd, Midnight Falcon 3rd, followed by Post and Celtic Dane. Another length away Agro. Alibaba's improving in the middle as they come to the turn. Evander to the outside. Galroof is back on the fence and Dursey M's a long way from them. In the straight to the 350 metres mark, I Rock My World 2 away from the fence led Mississippi River. Here's Post and Alibaba, Evander on the outside and then Dursey M, which is looking everywhere for a run. Galroof got the run on the fence inside the 200. Galroof got to the lead. Evander and now Dursey M is absolutely flying. Galroof is the leader. The others can't pick it up and Galroof beat Evander and Dursey M from Alibaba. The next time Vegas Cecilia, followed by Agro Celtic Dane, Post Manaloa, Our Small Town Boy, followed by Road to Heaven. A long way back in the field, I Rock My World, Mississippi River, and last home is Midnight Falcon. Galroof, with the best rails run you've ever seen, has gone home to win the Hamilton Hotel Doomben Classic. Number 13, Galroof. ridden by Starthy Katsidis, to pay $5.50 and $2. One is second, and that is Evander, ridden by Scott Galloway. 3/3 Dursey M. Dean Tanti, and fourth is Ali Baba, number 4. So your numbers are 13, 1, 3 and 4. 13, 1, 3, 4. Well, they rode her back on the field today, Galroof, and she was back worse than midfield. The leader came away from the fence approaching the home turn, and Katsidis was back on the fence. He was on the rails at all stages of the race. Actually, the horse drew 11 alley at the mile, and he's got over behind them somehow. Katsidis got a fair way back, then tracked through and got the best rails run on the rail that you've ever seen. He went through and grabbed the lead. Evander, Ali Baba, then I thought perhaps Dursey M late, but Galroof held them in the run of the post, and she was too good. 13 Galroof, $5.50 and $2. 1 Evander, $2.40. 3 Dursey M, $1.80. Quinellas paid $23.30. The trifecta paid $141.40. And Galroof is by Maroof out of Carmen Gal, trained by Michael Moroney and ridden by Starthy Katsidis. You have the numbers 13, 1, 3 and 4. Their details in race number 6. And the big one today, the Carlton Draft Doomben 10,000 at weight for age at Group 1 level. There's time to go at 5 minutes after 4.
Good on you, Al.
There's 4 to move in. Pennyworth's the clear one they want here. And just examining the race, he is the only natural front runner in the race. He just might get a soft lead here. And if he does, he's going to be very, very hard to beat, as he was when he won at Moonee Valley, when he first came down here at a night meeting. It's him in the all-cerise livery of the Woodland Stud. Clear number 1 pick. Second pick, Mrs. Tendulkar. If you're looking for one at a little value here, Flying Ed's been well tried, and he gets to the 1600 for the first time in his career. He's always looked like a promising sort of horse. Was off the rails for a while there, but his 2 runs this prep have been quite good. King Wyndham about to move in the blue. Been a drifter here today. King Wyndham's gone up. Flying Ed and the yellow cattles is ready. Nearly set to go. Jose Allegra to move along and complete it. Jose Allegra coming in. Mrs. Tendulkar just trimming up a touch on course. Pennyworth clear top pick. Classic Benbara easing third elect. All in. Set to run. Ready at the 1600 metres. 6th event out at Caulfield, and they're away and racing. Classic Benbara jumping okay with Mrs. Tendulkar, and Pennyworth got away well. Hula Wonder and Flying Ed both began quickly, and King Wyndham on their outside as they settle fully now by the 1400. Pennyworth had the lead only narrowly. Moving up on the outside is Hula Wonder and King Wyndham 3 wide, pressing on and finds the lead now. Flying Ed 2 lengths away fourth. He just wants to over race. He's got the mouth open. A length Examine the Books, and then Jose Allegra 2, Classic Benbara, Mrs. Tendulkar, and Vitelli's a length and a half away. Along the back now, heading to the 1,000-metre mark, and King Wyndham in front. Hula Wonder is second. Pennyworth's decided to take a trail here. Third on the inside, and a length into Flying Ed. A length and a half, Examine the Books, followed by Jose Allegra. 2 lengths further back in the field, Mrs. Tendulkar outside Classic Benbara, and 2 lengths to Vitelli. 800 left to go. King Wyndham leading by 3/4. Hula Wonder second. Pennyworth a length and a half away third. Then came Flying Ed, Examine the Books, fifth the rail. 1 Jose Allegra. Mrs. Tendulkar's taking off, and then Classic Benbara and Vitelli. By the 600, King Wyndham by 3/4, Hula Wonder. A length and a half to Pennyworth with Flying Ed on his outside, and then came Mrs. Tendulkar. Ridden along now, fifth coming to the turn from Examine the Books, Classic Benbara, Jose Allegra, Vitelli. King Wyndham came to the turn, led by a length and a half in front of Hula Wonder. Plenty of room for Pennyworth. Examine the Books coming through along the inside is finishing hard and wider at Flying Ed and Mrs. Tendulkar at the 200. Examine the Books along the rail, Hula Wonder. Here's now Mrs. Tendulkar joining in. She's wanting to roll about a bit. Examine the Books in front of Hula Wonder and Mrs. Tendulkar with King Wyndham. A 4-way go, and on the inside I think Examine the Books might just get it. Mrs. Tendulkar's close up wide out, and King Wyndham came again with Hula Wonder in the centre. Clear of Pennyworth, Flying Ed, and the break then Classic Benbara, trailed in by Vitelli and Jose Allegra. Judge calls for the photo in a 4-way drive in the Phil Healy race number 6. Photo for all placings. Examine the Books right over on the rail. Mrs. Tendulkar coming 4 wide. And we've got King Wyndham and Hula Wonder for the minors between those two. Number about to come up, and it goes to 8. Examine the Books, written by Peter Roble. Number 8, Examine the Books, Peter Roble takes it out. Minor placings Looks like it'll go the way of Mrs. Tendulkar, just awaiting that. And in between them, Hula Wonder might well get third. King Wyndham all up, may have well missed a place. Here the minors coming through an official now. 7 Mrs. Tendulkar second. Vlad Durick, just for wanting to roll about a bit, it might have made the difference to her in the straight. Third is another go between Hula Wonder, who's run a better race here today, and King Wyndham. But Hula Wonder's grabbed the third place. The leader, King Wyndham, missing a place, but all up only beaten about a half head in a great finish. The winner paying $19.80 and $4.10. Examine the books. Second, at number 7, Mrs. Tendulkar, Vlad Durick. Third, number 2, Hula Wonder, Vincent Hall. Mrs. Tendulkar, $1.70, Hula Wonder paying $2.50. So a little fillip for that.
As they head to the barrier stalls. Then $7.90 for Point Danger. Old Fashioned 20, Libidinius $6.10. Stablemate of Point Danger. Susie Gray is the other stablemate, but it's a late scratching. And Kapuna $12. And $14 for the Big Chill. And Alf, still no change to the track.
One of the 2 Perth gallopers to come up, the other one being Old Fashioned. There's Secret Remedy. Bomber Bill, well, he's out on the road. Bomber Bill, he's drawn barrier number 19 in the field. Secret Remedy comes forward, so they're just about set. They've got hold of Point Danger's head. Now he's kicking Point Danger. Doesn't like being in barrier number 1. So the 19 runners are ready for the Goodwood Handicap. They're set for a start. Oh, gee, I think he's still playing up Point Danger in barrier 1. They're set to go. Stand by for a start. There's one near the inside, not happy, I'd say. 19 runners for the Goodie. Set. Racing now in the Goodwood Handicap, and Bomber Bill out fast with Let's Planet going quickly. Feel the Noise, Secret Remedy, Intelligent Star, and Libidinius in a forward position on the rails. Being followed through by Suit, getting back in the field now, Cosmic Strike, followed by Kapuna, Mastic. Then on the inside, Point Danger, well back now, Bradshaw being followed by Debrief, Zip Zip Array, Royal Code, 4th last from Old Fashioned. Then on the inside, the Big Chill, Noble Win, and Ken Cheval. 600 metres to go. Libidinius a length in front of Secret Remedy, 2 away, Intelligent Star from Bomber Bill, Suit. Then came Feel the Noise, Cosmic Strike. Let's Planet was wide from Mastic, Bradshaw the rail, Zip Zip Array a long way back, followed by Debrief, and then Point Danger not in the race at the moment. Royal Code very wide from the Big Chill, then Cosmic Strike, Ken Cheval, Noble Win, and Kapuna looking for an inside run. Libidinius around the turn in the Goodwood Handicap, a couple in front of Secret Remedy. Intelligent Star getting to the outside, then the Big Chill starting to come from a mile back, and Zip Zip Array down the outside with a run. Libidinius the leader from Intelligent Star. Zip Zip Array's running a great race on the outside. Libidinius has been grabbed by Zip Zip Array. Zip Zip Array goes to the lead. What a win for David Jolly. Zip Zip Array scored by a half length. Second, Libidinius. Third's a good go. The Big Chill maybe from on the outside. Old Fashioned a good run, and then Intelligent Star in that photo, followed by Debrief, Royal Code never in the race from Mastic. Then Feel the Noise, well back Intelligent Star, Bradshaw, Cosmic Strike, Point Danger, Kapuna. Then well back to Let's Planet from Bomber Bill and Secret Remedy amongst the tail enders. David Jolly has won the Goodwood Handicap. Brian Park, his first Group 1, he rode the horse a half over. And this horse, South Australian bred by Bellotto from Eastern Charm, raced by W and Mrs. J. Francis and Ray Border, who in January won the Adelaide Cup with Brookside Bear in the world of greyhound racing. And David thought, and he said on Sky, that when this horse ran second or ran third in the Alambi Classic, he said, had he drawn outside of 8, he thought he may have won the race. So David Jolly's judgment has been sensational. Congratulations to him. He's got a good-sized team. He's a young trainer in his, well, he might just be touching his 30s. But what a performance by Zip Zip Array. David Jolly, the winning trainer. Brian Park, his first Group 1. He won a Group 2 and a Group 3 here last Saturday. And he got the ride because he could make the weight. And this, I know we shouldn't get too...
Well, we'll have to leave it there. Let's go to Alf quickly.
Thanks very much, Graham. Well, David, you haven't been training very long. You must be absolutely ecstatic.
Oh, yes, I am, Alf. Yeah, we've always had a big rap on the horse, but probably haven't really kept it to ourselves. Told the owners I thought he's probably the best horse I've trained a long time ago. And yeah, we threw him in the deep end, and he's measured up, you know. So.
Well, as you say, you threw him in the deep end, but it was a very good performance in the Yalambee last week.
Yeah, I thought he should have won, Alf. If he had it drawn out a bit, he had no. He's green horse, and he doesn't like. He's not really used to racing inside him and that, yet. And he got a perfect draw today. I was very confident when the draws come out.
And you went for the informed jockey, Brian Park?
Yeah, I did. With Stewie Webb staying with us, so he probably pushed the issue a bit, But yeah, so after last weekend, I was glad to get him. Yeah.
And a wonderful issue to force. Congratulations.
Thanks, Alf.
There he is, David Jolly. Well, he hasn't been training very long, and he'd be wrapped in having his first Group 1 success in the Goodwood Handicap with Zip Zip Array.
Hey, Alfie, I sense that you just may have the trifecta there, and I'll see you for dinner tomorrow night, because he...
Indeed I will.
Go, you have. Because if you boxed up his numbers there, you would have got the trifecta. So Zip Zip Array, that's only its 6th race start. And little Brian Park has come from nowhere, and here he is in group class. Group 1 success to this young boy. Well done, Brian. Congratulations to you and to the trainer, David Jolly, famous racing family in Adelaide. OK, we'll leave it there.
Dancing, and Darren on 74.5. Now, coming up to line is Chantage in the colours of Sir Patrick Hogan. Eminent breeder. Set, and they're off. And one of the best to break the line was Jactress. Shining Magic, a roughie jumped well, and Monty Miss well away. And then Bias Bay, followed closely by Quadri. Imperial Lodge a little deep, and so too is Go Bent, followed by Rip On By, then 2 Smoking Barrels. Rotten Ron. Chantage has dropped out last as they travel about 350 metres. And Shining Magic runs to the lead, and into the back of the course. Shining Magic about a half length on Jactress. Length and a half away third is Bias Bay, followed closely by Quadri and Monty Miss sandwiched up between horses, and then Imperial Lodge around Rip On By. 2.5 further back, 2 Smoking Barrels. Then Go Bend, a couple of lengths to Rotten Ron, and 3/4 to Chantage. Down the back of the course, 1,200 metres left to run. Shining Magic shows the way, a length and a quarter on Jactress. Third is Quadri, followed by Monty Mist, and Bias Bay having no luck. Followed closely by Imperial Lodge. It's on the outside of Rip On By, and 2 to 2 Smoking Barrels. Similar margin to Rotten Ron. Next to last is Go Bent as they start the run out of the back straight, and a couple of lengths to the New Zealander Chantage. Shining Magic in front, coming along the side, and at big odds on the tote in New South Wales, it's $99. Shining Magic about a half. Jactress, Bias Bay third. Geez, worked hard, Bias Bay. Quadri over on the inside of Monty Mist, who's been given every conceivable chance. A length to Rip On By over on the fence, and then comes Imperial Lodge. 2 Smoking Barrels, Rotten Ron, Chantage, and Go Bent whips them in. Around the corner they run, and Shining Magic's gone quickly. Jactress hit the front. Chantage has gone from last right up on the inside to be second now. Bias Bay is third. Then Imperial Lodge, 2 Smoking Barrels. Rip On By is a long way back. Chantage hits the front narrowly from Jactress inside the 200. Imperial Lodge and Rotten Ron on the outside. Rip On By nearer to the rail, making ground. Chantage in front. Jactress having a lunge. Chantage doing too well. Chantage. Shortest way home by the fence. Chantage has won the money from Jactress, Imperial Lodge, and then Quadri, Rip On By. Rotten Ron died on his run. Every Hope, Monty Miss, followed by 2 Smoking Barrels, Go Bent, Shining Magic, and Bias Bay had a tough run at the tail of the field. Well, when your tail's up, anything will go your way, and the heavens open for Beedman. He was able to drive the horse from Stone Motherless last right along the inside. He wasn't worried about the section of track near enough to the rails, and Chantage, you could have driven a bullock team through the gap, and Chantage has been able to win. Number 5, Chantage, written by Darren Beedman, 3 winners for him today, has beaten number 3, Jactress. 10 Imperial Lodge is third, and the official fourth goes to number 9. So 5 Chantage on the tote will pay $7.40 and $2.50. Number 3 at $2.20. Number 10 at $2.50. Quinella is going to pay $22.40. Exacta $48.60. The trifecta is not there yet. The daily double $26.20. Chantage by Corrupt from Charlotte. Gee, it's well named, isn't it? By Corrupt Chantage. Graham Rogers and part owns with Sir Patrick Hogan and Mr. K. Rose. Graham, of course, the trainer. And isn't he having a great season, Rogie? Darren Beedman in the saddle.
Yep, well done, Darren. And Graham Rogerson, another winner to Graham. And there he goes again. Our man, Ron Dufficy, spot on with the late mail. Oh, he's hard to beat. He's our Ron Dufficy. 5, 3 and 10. Now for the Doomben 10,000. Runners in the mounting yard for the big race. And it's Falvalon, Damien Oliver at 3.20, 17 Show a Heart, 3 out. Lord Essex at 4.20, 9.60 Phoenix Park, Fritz 23, PlayStation 20, Chattanooga $40. And then go down to Mark Tig Mihai Panas, $11. It's a hard one to pronounce that. Perno's at $12. Before they mount up, let's go back to Larry Olsen. He's standing by with Scott Galloway, who's to ride Lord Essex.
Well, Scott, the big race is on now, and of course the other day you got him home. How do you see it today?
Yeah, Larry, he's going to sort of have the same sort of run as the other day. Either lead or take a sit, and you know, the horse has gone forward since the run, so and the extra distance is definitely going to suit him. So I find him hard to beat.
Too early. You feel you may have to use him as much as you need to?
Well, you know, if I had a bad barrier, still got to sort of, you got to get him out and get him going the first sort of 100 metres, get their momentum going. But no, he's a big, strong horse. He gets into gear pretty quick.
But the key to him is keeping him rolling. You mentioned that he's done well. You must have ridden him through the week.
Yeah, he's galloped this week, and you know, the horse has gone forward quite well, and you know, I expect him, you know, to be near his top today.
Well, this is a Group 1 event, and this is one that you're looking forward to, mate.
It's been waiting a while, Larry, so I've got the right horse there, so you know, hopefully we do it.
And then we go to the last, and you're riding Make Me a Miracle for the John Hawke stable. Third at Dubbo.
Yeah, it was a good run. He had the big weight, and he probably was a little bit unlucky. I was there on that day, and he had to make up a lot of ground, and sort of a day where they weren't making any ground from well back. The first and second horse were first around the corner, so he's run from near last. You know, he probably made up a good 6-7 lengths from the last furlong. So, you know, he drops a heap in weight, up in class, but you know, he's got a good chance.
Okay, well, sounds like you might win the last two.
I hope so.
Okay, pal. All the best,
Larry. Come, mate.
Yes, Scott Galloway gets his chance in the Group 1 10,000 on Lord Essex.
Yep, they're going onto the track there. You can see Show a Heart, followed along by Lord Essex. Now, Larry, let's go back to you and get the late mail. Hey, Danny Bagua. And again, let's take you back to Larry.
At weight for age. There's Falvalon and Lord Essex. There's the two major combatants walking around. Ken Kankani's the grey. Perno there with the red cap. Now, what will be the tactics here? Let's have a look. What's going to start favourite? Falvalon's at 3.20, Lord Essex at 3.80. So the hometown support has come for Falvalon here at 3.20. Lord Essex 3.80. Phoenix Park's at $9.10. And that's probably about what's under double figures. They're the ones under double figures for the 10,000. Well, tactics will be a major contender here. What does Galloway do? I think Oliver will try and lead on Falvalon somehow. Diamond Dane does hold the key with the blinkers on, drawn inside of Falvalon at 9. And does Galloway go forward on Lord Essex from the 2 gate like you did in the Wyndham Estate? Make Falvalon race outside him and then try and outstay him at the finish. All these plans that people, and particularly the jockeys, what must be going through their mind. Scott Galloway's never won a Group 1 race on Lord Essex. It'll be history making for him. And what I read in the paper this morning, Damien's won 54. 57, is it? 57 Group 1s. It's amazing. Phoenix Park, no matter which way you look at it, will get a lovely run from his gate just off the speed. So if Falvalon and Lord Essex want to cut at each other in front, Phoenix Park can have the last crack at them. Will it be made up for something to come home with a rush at the finish, like Ken Kankani? Scenic Peak, maybe? All those questions will be answered in a few minutes' time. Now Perno's about to go over. Scenic Peak about to take up its position. Chattanooga's on the move with Shower Heart. Now where's Falvalon? He's just walking around. He has an attendant with him. Now Diamond Dane's going over. Lord Essex is standing up well on the gates. Chattanooga to come over. Fritz and PlayStation, Salgado and Shower Heart. He's been luckless in the barrier draws, Shower Heart. So if Shower Heart goes over, he just never seems to draw the right gate, that horse. He'll retire at the end of this winter carnival after the Stradbroke and stand at Glenlogan Park. Falvalon will race on for another year, then stand at Glenlogan at the end of next season. Now Salgado goes over. Now here's Fritz. So we're waiting for Shower Heart and PlayStation. Falvalon stands up well. The first 80 to 100 metres will be interesting here with Oliver on Falvalon and Galloway on Lord Essex. Now they're set to go. I think they're all in except for PlayStation. Shower Heart just hasn't been positioned as yet. Falvalon races in the cerise colours, basically with a yellow cap. Lord Essex white with a diamond. He's got striped sleeves. Now here's PlayStation coming up to the gates. I tell you what, he can get home on a given day. PlayStation. So they're all set now. Starting signal has been given. They're ready to go. Carlton Draft. Doomben 10,000. They're ready. They're set. And they're racing. Great start. Falvalon came out brilliantly. Oliver looks over the right shoulder. Lord Essex is going underneath him when they link up with the course proper. And settling down, it's Lord Essex leading now from Falvalon. Mushtig Me I Panis third from Diamond Dane. Phoenix Park is going to settle fifth, and they're closely being followed by Shower Heart going forward. Then came Perno. Oscar Warrior back on the inside of Scenic Peak, followed by Chattanooga. Salgado's a long way back on the field, followed by Fritz and PlayStation, and Ken Concani on the fence last. Past the 800 metres mark. Lord Essex the leader by one. Falvalon second. Mushtig Me I Panis third inside Diamond Dane. Shower Heart fifth, but he's wide. 1.5 Phoenix Park inside Perno. Then came Oscar Warrior on the inside of Scenic Peak and Salgado. Chattanooga's a long way from them, followed by Fritz PlayStation and Ken Concani on the fences last. On the bend, 4.50 to go. Lord Essex the leader. Falvalon's moving up outside him, and Shower Heart made a line of 3 from Diamond Dane. Mushtig Me I Panis and Phoenix Park and Perno in the straight. Lord Essex joined by Falvalon, and Shower Heart's on the outside at the 200, and Falvalon went to the lead. Shower Heart can't reach him, followed by Lord Essex and Phoenix Park, but Falvalon is the leader from Lord Essex. Close to home, it's 2 in a row for Falvalon. Falvalon beat Shower Heart and Lord Essex, I'd say, in front of either Phoenix Park or Perno. Then Diamond Dane, Mushtig Me I Panis, followed by Scenic Peak, Salgado, Ken Concani, Chattanooga, Oscar Warrior, followed by Fritz, and last Tamer's PlayStation.
Well, Caulfield's pressing, but gem of a ride by Damien Oliver. Terrific training performance by Danny Bagura, and Falvalon, $3.10, $1.50. Class all round there, particularly with the horse Falvalon. Shower Heart, a fabulous run second after being wide, and Lord Essex third. After the running of the Doomben, 10,000. Righto, Caulfield, race 7, just on a 490. Merlin's Law, 580. Lord of the Pines, 580. Paris.